What if everything you know, your memories, your surroundings, even your sense of self, is not real in the way you think? What if we're living inside a sophisticated simulation, created by an advanced intelligence beyond our comprehension? Simulation theory is no longer just science fiction. It's a serious philosophical and scientific question discussed by leading thinkers like Elon Musk and theoretical physicist Nick Bostrom. In this video, we'll explore the core ideas behind simulation theory, the evidence that supports it, and the mind-bending implications of discovering that reality might not be real. Simulation theory proposes that our reality, everything we experience, is a computer-generated simulation. In other words, we might be characters in an advanced virtual world created by a post-human civilization. Nick Bostrom, a Swedish philosopher, presented a famous trilemma. 1. Civilizations never reach technological maturity. 2. They do but choose not to simulate ancestors. Or 3. We are almost certainly living in a simulation. If advanced civilizations are capable of creating highly realistic simulated universes, and if they create many of them, then statistically, it's more likely we are in one of the simulations than in the original, base, reality. To understand how this could be possible, look at our current technology. Games like Red Dead Redemption, The Sims, or virtual reality platforms already create convincing environments. Imagine what this could look like in 1,000 years, or 10,000. As computing power grows, creating realistic, intelligent characters with full emotional responses and memories becomes conceivable. If we eventually build simulations with conscious beings, what stops other civilizations from doing the same? And if one simulated world is possible, countless others may exist, stacked like Russian dolls, layer upon layer. Supporters of simulation theory often point to strange experiences as potential evidence. Some people report so-called glitches, strange déjà vu, coincidences, repeating numbers, or odd inconsistencies in time perception. While these can often be explained by psychology, they raise the question, if our world were a simulation, would we notice small cracks? Quantum physics adds to the mystery. At the smallest scales, particles behave unpredictably. Some physicists argue that reality only becomes real when it's observed, similar to how graphics load only when you approach them in a video game. Here's another strange idea: the universe appears to be written in code. Mathematics underpins everything from gravity to DNA. Some physicists suggest that nature behaves in ways eerily similar to computer code. In 2012, physicist Sylvester Gates claimed to have found error-correcting codes within string theory equations, the same type used in internet browsing and digital systems. If true, this would suggest the laws of physics are not just mathematical descriptions, but actual coded instructions, like software. Is the universe more like a mind than a machine? If we are simulated, who, or what, created the simulation? Some suggest a future version of humanity, running simulations to study their ancestors, much like archaeologists digging through history. Others speculate a post-human artificial intelligence or even an alien civilization. In some views, the creator could be as far removed from us as we are from ants. And what would be the purpose? Entertainment, experimentation, moral testing, or simply curiosity? The unsettling truth is that if we're inside a simulation, we may never know who built it, or why. One major debate centers on consciousness. Can true consciousness exist in a digital system? Or are we simply following code, unaware that our emotions and thoughts are pre-scripted? If consciousness can emerge from complex code, then simulations could produce thinking, feeling beings like us. But if not, perhaps we are just sophisticated non-player characters, unaware that free will might be an illusion. These questions challenge not only science, but our very identity as human beings. If we are living in a simulation, what does it mean for morality? For meaning, would your choices still matter if this world isn't real in the traditional sense? Most philosophers say yes. Meaning is not just about the origin of reality, but how we respond to it. Whether simulated or not, our relationships, our struggles, and our triumphs still define who we are. However, the theory can be both liberating and terrifying. If we are part of a vast experiment, can it be paused, deleted, restarted? And would the creators have the ability, or the desire, to intervene? The idea that we live in a simulation may sound outlandish, but it forces us to confront the limits of our knowledge. We may never prove or disprove the theory. Yet, exploring it pushes science, philosophy, and imagination into new realms. Maybe we're in a simulation. Maybe we're not. But the real mystery is not whether the universe is real, it's why we feel so deeply, love so fiercely, and search for meaning in a world that may be more digital than divine. In the end, simulation or not, the questions we ask might be the most real thing about us.